Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendress, and welcome back to Tensura Dungeon. I'm recording this the same night as the last video recorded. Usually we record in like the morning, but I'm gonna be busy tomorrow morning, so I'm recording a bit earlier than usual. Anyways, last time, basically we were just going over Azrael. We ended up spawning it in because yeah, technically speaking, we could have gotten it legitimately on that run. I say it would have just taken a whole lot more work. Like, we need 20,000 souls, which I didn't know how I was going to get that legitimately. Where is Azrael? There it is. I had just scrolled through the entire thing. So, it's a very cool skill. Basically, delete the things from existence, like as if they never existed in the first place. 10 million EP, we could do it. That would have sucked though. 5 of every shard, easy enough, just buy them. 200,000 souls, again, that would have sucked. But apparently Raphael lets you gather souls even if you aren't a Demon Lord seed. So we technically could have done that as soon as we evolved into this, which I think we were just missing the wisdom shards. Yeah, so just 5 wisdom shards and we would have gotten that, and we would have been able to gather souls. Maybe? Hold on, it says you can gather souls if you got Merciless for free if you kill 20,000 soul things, but does that let you? I don't know. I think we would still need. I think yeah, we'd still need some sort of skill that lets us gather souls, even if we're soul. Yeah, soul 0. We need something to allow us to gather souls despite being a hero egg. But that's all cool. That was basically it. And we bought all of the armor, tried to test Gurren, tried to figure out what exactly was broken, all that good stuff, and just finished off with everything we want to do before we switch over to the other race we're going to be playing as, which we're probably going to be switching today, but there's a couple of things I want to do first. So, right before I started recording this, I just spent the last hour hunting for dragons. So there's 2 more mission things that are going to be way more difficult to do unless I do them right now before changing. And that is this one and this one. The 2 things in the path of ascension, or ascendance rather. These ones is spend like a whole bunch of money, which we could do to get like very cool weapons, a whole bunch of money for very cool armor. We could get the full set right now. Buying spawners, again, we could do that pretty much no problem, but I don't really need to. A whole bunch of good stuff. And then this one gives us a million EP, tasks us with continually to kill Hinata Sakaguchi a bunch of times. And I'm curious if there's more stuff that's going to unlock here. Because if we look at Chaos Ruler, this one right here, get the Elemental Core turn null, which apparently you get at the end of the Path of Ascendance. I'm not entirely sure. I have a feeling something's probably going to expand at some point. So we either need a Hehe or we need a Hehe Irokane ingot, and we need an Adamantite ingot. Both of those things are very painful to get because you can't get either of them legitimately through like smelting. You can only get either of those 2 via evolving armor. Normally. Here's where the dragons come in. You can actually make adamantite, or adamantite, no, it is adamantite, via the Dragon Forge. So, Dragon Forge, you can't actually see uses there. Let's go over to adamantite. Adam helps if you spell it right. Adamantite ingot. Apparently I can deactivate my flight in my inventory. That's weird. So, you can do it in any of the ice, lightning, or fire ones, and then it's just a pure Magisteel ingot and a piece of and a bottle of blood. Magisteel's easy. We have Great Sage now, so I just ended up smelting a whole bunch through Great Sages to get the extra bits. In fact, I should probably see what's in here and pull out any extras right now before we switch. Oh yes, and I should also check the gluttony stomach to see if there's anything good in here. Some goodies, nothing too exciting. It's gonna make a huge mess though when I switch over. Anyways, that and a piece of ice dragon blood. I was gonna start with fire, but I only found ice dragons. And in full transparency, I was cheating to do this. I kept changing into I kept changing into spectator mode, flying through the ground, just because I feel like there should be some way to locate these things naturally, because you need so many scales. And I have tamed a ice dragon here through the use of Charmed, because uh, the normal method of doing it via whatever it's called, what's it called again? Uh, Chosen One, True Hero. You can't really beat them up and auto tame them because of their weird to death animations. Also, this dragon is asleep. We cannot sleep through the night because of the enigmatic thing. And it's just going to be a little bit annoying about it, isn't it? I'm going to have to do the whole chain it to a wall and have it forced to look this way and working, aren't I? Or either that, or I'm going to have to go hunt down a tier 3 ice dragon because I think tier 5 might be too big. I'm going to wait through the night and try to get this thing working. That will be the adamantite ingot. And as for Hehe or Arcane, I guess I'm going to have to take a bunch of the pure Magisteel I've made to turn it into armor. And then from there, beat a bunch of Hinatas, beat a bunch of Luminous. I know I can do it. And also, before we switch over, I ended up taking off all the armor. I think I'm going to limit myself on what we can use at the beginning here. The Armosaurus Gauntlet, I got this for beating a bunch of Remarus. The Master Sword is only at 16.5. That's probably weak enough. And that is stronger, but very weak attack damage-wise, so I think that's probably fine. And then armor, I'll probably just use low Magisteel, and that will evolve alongside us, and I think that's how we're going to do it. Anyways, all the rest of the good stuff is in there. Let me try and get this dragon working and try to get that adamantite ingot. It is helpful when building something to build it correctly. Apparently I messed up the Dragon Forge, but now, assuming the Frost Breath is actually going in and I am actually holding down the right button, which I was not right there, this should work. I saw it make some progress, but if you let go of the button and the dragon stops working, then it loses all the progress it was on. But it's hard to see without messing up the camera. I think if I just hold down this button for like another 20 seconds or so, that might even be too long. We should have an adamantite ingot in just a moment. There we go, that was way harder than it needed to be. Anyways, adamantite ingot, quest completed. Took a while, but we got it. All we need is 250 levels and to go kill the Ender Dragon again. Levels-wise, should be pretty simple. Take all experience. Turn that off for now. Take all, I'm just missing 4 levels, and I did grab an EXP crate, so that works pretty well. I just need to store 44 levels in the backpack real quick. Not that I think we really... I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna let this thing store up to 250 while I grab glass, turn it back on, and keep us at it. That should be good. It didn't even take the adamantite, it just needed us to have it. So, killing the Ender Dragon's the only thing left. So you've chosen to take your first step into the Echo of Resolve. A humble beginning, yet one that has broken many before you. Don't let the simplicity fool you. This is where the unworthy falter, and only the steadfast press on. Let me get the stuff together to resummon the Ender Dragon real quick. That's just a formality. I wish there was a spawn egg for the Ender Dragon we could buy so I don't have to do the whole thing over again. And in fact, can I just buy those things? I can buy the dragon egg, but I can't actually just buy back the things. The Eyes of Ender built things that let you resummon the Ender Dragon. I can't remember what they're called. Oh well. I have enough resources to make a bunch of them anyways. All of the overpowered nonsense you can buy, all the weird spawn eggs. You can't buy gas tiers and you can't buy gas spawn eggs. You can buy a spawn egg for a fish, but you can't just summon free gas, that's just weird. Anyways, I'm looking for the stronghold. The dragon fight, as I said, this is just a formality. Like, the fact I had to do that is extra weird. I only have 4 of these. I have to go hunting for extra gas tiers if I mess this up. So, yep. Really? Okay, be extra careful here with the Enderman being weird. Okay, just fly away. Hello, Ender Dragon. You're just gonna take like 20 seconds to revive, then you're gonna get one shot like it's no big deal, because it is no big deal. And then we'll be done with the first mission of the Crucible of Power. Or technically second mission, because you got a mission just for unlocking it, but you know what I mean. Come on. Come on. Gotcha. The ends again. Cool. Repeatable fighter, kill the Ender Dragon, all that good stuff. So now it just needs 250 levels. Simple enough. You can have that. We get 1,000,000 EP for free, which I'm gonna assume is split equally amongst the two, if I had to guess. That's all well and good. Did I unlock new missions here? No, it just wants us to beat Hinata now? Cool. I don't trust that portal's not gonna break. Last time I tried to use that portal, it broke. So we're just gonna teleport back like this. How's this armor looking? 97,000. I do have a Hinata spawn egg already, and I do have an Azrael blade, although it doesn't work immediately on her because of the whole spirit thing. Although I can actually do this now, so that's cool. So Hinata can actually hurt us, and we can actually hurt her. Ooh, she actually hit us with the insta-kill move, and it actually did damage, and actually took one of our Azrael lives, if I have to guess. So cool, it actually works now. We're still invincible, but it actually works now. Also, why did that get sent to my inventory instead of in here like it has been recently? No idea. So anyways, that is this part of the Crucible of Power done. A random bout of money, and a little bit of EP. I'm not actually sure if it happened. Was the fact that I used the insta-kill of the Azrael blade and they technically deleted her from existence instead of killing her? I think it acts differently because the fight is bypassed. It could be the case. Anyways, that's all. But she drops her in drops, so maybe not. Anyways, that's just a repeatable quest. That's all that's in the Crucible of Power. The Celestial Forge, getting a Hehe or a Cane ingot is going to be so much more annoying. Oh, you don't get EP if you kill via the Azrael blade. That's interesting. That's very good to know. So I'm going to hold the armor in my offhand so it doesn't break. And I'm going to go bring it with me into the Carrion training room, which is going to act a little bit weird now. And hopefully it won't take too long to reach Hehe or a Cane. We do have 4 pieces of Hehe or a Cane armor already. Sadly, it only allows armor, not weapons. Interesting. So we're good. 5,000 or so. That's still gonna take forever. I need to reach... What is it that I need to reach on armor again to do this? It is... Hehe or a Cane is 750,000 at 5,000 a tick. Oh, I need to kill over 1,000 carrions this way. That's just a no-go. I would either have to use the spawn egg versions or decide to fight Charybdis instead, maybe even. That's 10 million coins, or I just use /locate. Or I just use the Explorer's Compass to find Charybdis caves and get them that way, or just spend half the cash. 500,000, I can do that a couple of times, and each time I kill Charybdis, or Carrion. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't really know the best way to grind. I know this is the best way for grinding cash, but it is not the best way for grinding EP. So I'm gonna have to come up with some sort of something. I was really hoping to just get straight into the second run this right away, but this Crucible of Power stuff is taking way longer than expected. Also, that was a significantly easier carrion than the other two. Not entirely sure why. When you get items from Carrion, what level gear can you get? I think this is worth testing. If you get Hehe or Arcane gear off of those super good things, then that's just what we're gonna do here instead. So, item, Apotheosis gem. Is it just going to be like the same list of stuff you get here, like that, and it's just maxing out at pure Magisteel ingot for a low chance, and then everything else is netherite? Something tells me that that's the case. The rest is apotheonic gems. So that's worthless. Get the cash instead, and use said cash to buy Charybdis spawn eggs, and that's going to be the best way to do it. Also worth a test. 109086. Nope, it did not work. I didn't think it was going to. So I guess I'm just gonna kill a couple of carrions real quick, get enough cash to get a bunch of Charybdis spawn eggs, and go from there. And that's gonna be how we get all the Hehe or Arcane we're after. Yeah, I still don't like the explosions. They are very noisy. I spawned in another Hinata, forgetting that it was going to do something special. So, we completed that questline now. Also, the whole Charybdis plan was good in theory, except I don't actually get any extra points for completing repetitive Charybdises, apparently. Anyways, armor. The helmet's up to adamantite, so that's pretty cool. Magisteel boots are about to reach there, but they still need 500,000 EP to reach the next tier. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think I might... Do I want to just cheat and give myself the Hehe or Arcane? I think I just want to cheat and give myself the Hehe or Arcane at this point. It's not like it's even going to use it. It's just unlocking more of this quest line. And let's see. That will eventually reach it. Even Hinata's still only 50,000 a kill. She's about the same as Carrion when you use the Carrion spawn egg. I'm just gonna do this. We're changing over today anyways. I just want to see what the rest of that mission tree would look like. So, Hehe or Arcane ingot. That should unlock the rest of the... Okay, it is actually a turn-in mission. And then it just... Huh? Question mark, question mark, question mark. You just turn in an ingot and nothing happens. So what? It wants you to finish up all of the quest, buy at least one of the super cool weapon, and buy the full set of the armor, I guess, is what it wants you to do. Let's go Malim's Aegis. Bearing the name of a dragonoid, its brilliance deflects even the mightiest of blows. 17 armor, bunch of armor stuff. The repeatable quest, no new extra things. That thing wants 25 million. Then you get to choose a weapon. This one isn't repeatable. Each of the weapons contains the same bonuses, it's just hidden. Only difference is attack speed and what you like. So you might as well do this. The Final Whisper, a scythe forged from shadow steel. Its crescent blade hums with a faint, haunting murmur. The last sound its victims hear. All of these are gonna do, like, 1,000 damage. Oh my goodness. Eternal Eclipse, a Tachi that represents balance between light and dark, cutting through the air with the precision of a lunar eclipse. Ooh, the Dragon's Claw, a swift weapon that delivers lightning-fast, precise strikes, channeling the power of dragons. Veldora's Wrath, Storm Dragon, Crimson Whisper. Ooh. The True Hero's Blade. I mean, that feels fitting, considering we're a true hero right now, but we're about to change anyways, although we're not going to be really using this thing. Let's get Veldora's Wrath. Cool, it's a repeatable quest. You can do that again for another cool weapon. So how do you get the... I'm going to assume... Oh, there he is. Celestial Bloodforged Armor. Was it worth it? 10 Royal Blood, 10 Elemental Essence, 10 Demon Essence. Basically, it's just a second Hehe or Arcane, isn't it? Like, I have everything else on this list. And then you get... Ooh, something cool looking armor-wise, and the turn null elemental core. So, yeah. The rest of that this is just a... Yeah, it's just a very, very powerful Hehe or Arcane chestplate. There's nothing actual... Do I still have my other Hehe or Arcane chestplate Is there something special about it? No, it's just a normal Hehe Arcane chestplate. Cool. So that's all well and good. It is very, very powerful and very, very cool. And Veldora's Wrath, it's a normal... Ooh, it's one of these. It's one of the two-handed cool ones. It's got every single infinity cores, excuse me. Use a weapon that has 3 cores slotted. This one has 5. Oh, so that's cool. Normally, you aren't able to get all 5. It maxes out at 3. So that's what would happen if you had all of them. High explosive ball of lightning that does, I'm assuming, buttloads of damage. Ooh, and it's piercing and goes through mobs. Okay, that's all really cool. I really wish I could actually use that thing. Oops, the Soe armor goes back here. Anyways, with that all done, do I want to just use the Soe armor? I was going to make like a really weak set of either monster leather or low magisteel, but we're going to be resetting, and it's not actually that good. It's just 2 pieces of armor. So I think I'm confident with that. I need to clear out the gluttony storage real quick, and then I think we're good. I took way longer on the whole paths and stuff than I was hoping for. This one we can do as soon as we get another Hehe Arcane. I might end up spawning in the other Hehe Arcane. Basically, the fact that you need 2 and the second one just unlocks the other part of the mission tree where you also need one is a little bit weird, but this is very high-end stuff anyways, so makes sense. Let me go clear Gluttony. Otherwise, I don't care about anything inside of Gluttony, but when I lose Gluttony, everything in here is just going to dump on the ground, and I don't want that happening inside the base. Okay, 22 minutes in. I accidentally hit end recording instead of pause recording, so I'm going to have to do some video splicing and whatnot. Anyways, finally fixed everything. Gluttony is empty, Starved empty, Predator empty. I actually had to go through all of them. Researcher, I have a really big enchanting book covered with... I have this book right here. It has all the enchantments out of Researcher, so we can get that back anyways. Cool. Anyways, let's go, shall we? Let's actually do this way and actually buy the full-on character reset scroll. This thing should be so much cheaper than race and skill reset. Like, this feels weird to me. Like, this thing is reset everything entirely. This thing is just try to get a new unique skill. This should be the most expensive one, in my opinion. Yeah, reset everything. It doesn't matter much. They're still all relatively cheap in the grand scheme of things. But that's 25 gold coins. That's 1 good dungeon run, so that doesn't even really matter. Anyways, character reset scroll. We're gonna go for it. Magic heals, we can get whatever we want on this. Cool. I'll click and hold. Oh no. I forgot to fix size control, so I'm now like a single block tall. Whoops. So human, cool. Elf, cool. All baseline ones. Now that we are no longer a flugel, I think I'm going to go in and remove the no game no life add-on. I'm just not going to be using it anymore. So remove it to try and fix things. We are going to be going as an undead. Do we start with all those nullifications? Or do we start with some of those nullifications and we can learn the rest of them? No idea. This is from the Ash of Sin Overlord add-on, I believe is what it's called. All of those words are in it, I know that fact, but I'm not entirely sure what order. Undead are creatures of the dead that have come back to life. They come back to the land of the living after death. Select Undead. Oh yeah, I forgot I had the Tensura reroll thing in too. That's a data pack. We didn't get to see it the first time because I forgot to turn it on beforehand. Let me cheat back in /Tensura edit give let me run inside where it's going to be safe. This is not good armor, apparently. Either that or something weird is happening with size control, or because we're an undead. Um, let me cheat back to have size control. Try to get back to regular height real quick, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I have size control now. Apparently that's BTR. I thought it was something else. We got fighter randomly on top of a whole bunch of nullifications for being undead. So that's cool. Dark vision is nice. I'm gonna assume that works much like magic sight and whatnot. Do I want to reroll fighter? Yes. I really hope that doesn't fix anything else. I have 3 rerolls. Let's do it. Martial Master. I'm gonna reroll that one too. Severer. Really? Really? I need to... I want fighter. Fighter's a really boring one. So does that... Heavenly Eye. That... Okay, it looks like we kept our nullifications but lost everything else. So, what do we start with? We start with pain nullification, pain resistance, paralysis nullification, physical attack resistance, poison nullification, disease nullification, mind affecting resistance and nullification, darkness affecting. Is darkness affecting going to be like what the warden does probably? Sleep nullification, dark vision, fighter. Cool. Dark vision. Undead be able to see in the dark. Okay. So, yeah, and I feel weird now that I'm normal Minecraft character height again. Something feels off. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I think we're normal heights, or we're close enough that it shouldn't bother me, but something feels off. Anyways, I kind of want to re-roll one more time. Fighter is very powerful for getting through, but there are so many new unique skills we could have gotten. Like, not even all of the cool ones are in here. Like, I saw one, I saw one skill that I really want to try. 7 armor. Oh, I guess these are only half pieces of armor, so these might really just be there for looking cool. Anyways, oh, I guess I swiped over the hee or arcane thing. Cool. So, undead, what do we have to do here? We can become a zombie, a skeleton, a wight, or a ghoul. Wight and ghoul, these ones are both from the base Tensura mod. I think I've gone brief overviews of those in the past. They're not necessarily bad races, they're just not really my favorite. Wight, you can see... there's a bunch of little flies buzzing around my room. Wight, it's like an offshoot of human. It can turn back into human, goes up to divine skeleton. Ghoul is like... Ghoul will eventually become vampires. Both very cool races, both very powerful in their own rights. But we want zombie or skeleton. And I believe more specifically, we're going down the skeleton route. But, sadly, there's not like a full, like, as far as I can tell, there's not like a full wiki, like, explaining everything in this mod. You have some limitations. It's basically like a spreadsheet of how things evolve, but there's no exact information on anything. Isekai Dungeon Challenger. Now that I've re-rolled, am I going to get a free dungeon voucher from you? No, I am not, but I could buy that stuff again. Maybe I should. 3 to get back in. We'll buy the return whistle. Oh, I guess we're just gonna jump straight into it. I already have a recording crystal. Return whistle for that. And a revival bracelet. I already have one. I've never used it. We might actually get to see this thing work, because we are relatively weak in the grand scheme of things. So, fighter is just like a big attack buff right now. So, I guess that'll work. And let me see. We want to go down the skeleton route, but I do want to see if there's more info than just skeleton, or undead becomes skeleton becomes zombie and all that stuff. So, one second. Okay, so they have a wiki on their Discord, but said wiki is only for the skills, not the evolutionary line. So that's a little bit weird. Anyways, yeah. Basically, we want to go down the skeleton route. This is the Overlord mod. Of course we're going to go towards the route of eventually becoming a skeleton mage and then an Overlord Elder Lich. Because of course we are. It's based on Overlord. We can become a Death Knight if we went zombie route. But that Overlord is just calling to me. So we're gonna track skeleton. 18% at 11, so what? That's going to be 8,000 EP for our first evolution, roughly? Something like that. So that's good. We can enter in, no problem. We're using the Master Sword. It's, yeah, it's technically the strongest weapon I'm allowing myself right now. If we're counting, like, attack speed on the Ogre Blade as being slower or whatever. So let's get going, shall we? Danger Sense is now available to learn. Too bad I will never be learning that skill. Why do we have Heavenly Eye? That did not get reset. I should not have Heavenly Eye. It gave me Martial Master, which is, I'm assuming why that happened, but we should have lost that. Anyways, Monster Leather, or regular leather, whatever. Do I still have... Yeah, the Ring of Seven Curses is still on, but we do have the Guide to Animal Companionship. Maybe I should turn that off, or maybe I should put that away for now, so that, this first dungeon run is a little bit more challenging. Oh, something hit me and I didn't realize it. I still don't like pain nullification. Also, we are now a Majin baseline. Undead being Majin just kind of makes sense now, doesn't it? So we will be losing we won't really be losing hunger and food as we go. I forgot that was explosive. But we also don't have thirst at all anymore, which is interesting. I was not far enough away from that explosive, apparently. A scary place, it really works. So, we died to explosion chest, and we got to revive in the dungeon one time, so that's a first. Where is said dungeon thing in here? There it is. Buy a weapon from Kurabai, if we can make it back to the shop, that is. No mercy, kill another player, there are no other players. Craft schematics, things, open your first gold loot chest. So that's all well and cool. We're still going to be losing stuff, and that did untrack it for some reason. Where did... Where did it go? I had the thing in my offhand, the, like, whatever it's called. Like the Armorsaurus arm gauntlet thing. It just disappeared for some reason when I died. Okay, you need to be careful, apparently. The item in the offhand might just disappear if you end up using the return bracelets. Or not the return bracelet, the revival bracelet. So let's try this one again, shall we? I'm curious how well we can do here. Fighter is like a huge offensive buff, but we have nothing in the way of defenses. Also, the Master Sword Strike, it's still cool. It's not going to really help much. Also, I had wanted to turn off pain nullification because I don't like it. Pain nullification, there it is. I like knowing when I'm getting hit. That's just nicer to me. So there's that. I got you. Oh yeah, hopefully we can still get full Eden even though we're a Majin, because Majins only heal up to 18. They don't actually heal up all the way. So that technically we're still not regenning despite having full hunger effectively for our race. Telepathy. So we're still back into the swing of like the starting points. Why are you? Why are you immortal? Why can I not hurt this boulder? I thought I fixed this when I got rid of a whole bunch of the needless add-ons. No, it is just this singular boulder is just immortal for some reason. Why? I don't even have the guide to animal companionship anymore. That's the one that stops you from being able to hurt animals. So why could I not why is this one boulder immortal? Did you spawn in when stuff was broken and now you're just hanging out here, maybe? I think bull deer act like cows and whatnot where they don't despawn, so it's possible. Anyways, first dungeon run of this revival. Nope, technically second dungeon run. We just died that quickly that you couldn't even count it. Okay. Maybe I should be using this centipede dagger. Ow. It's got some cool animations on it. It is also special grade, so it will evolve as we do. Although that minus attack range is a little... Ow. Sucks a little bit. Also, I'm fairly certain I can't hurt that rabbit. Dang it. Why was that rabbit again immune? I thought I fixed the whole thing where mobs are just randomly immune for no reason. Okay, so it's gonna be 5,000 then if 40%'s there. Maybe 6,000. Do I just keep rushing head on first in there and just hope for the best? I mean, I can buy infinite revival bracelets. I can just do that. And we're slowly going to get stronger and whatnot. I mean, where else am I going to have such a quick, ready supply of a bunch of mobs to face down? So I guess this is how we're gonna do it for now. Nope, no, I don't... That dagger is way too short range to actually be useful. Also, I need to go get actual food, because I need to be able to regen. Either that, or I'm actually gonna end up having to use a bunch of these low potions. Yeah, those aren't even that good for healing-wise. They only heal about half of our missing health, and they don't do anything about the food. So you know what? That's top priority. Yeah, I don't actually carry any on me anymore. I left that all behind when we stopped needing food entirely. So... anything good yet? Nope, nothing learned. Still only like halfway to skeleton. I can just run through. I'm well enough prepared without food for this run, at least. I just need to time my attacks before I get hit, and I should be able to reach the first evolution pretty much no problem. And from there, it just gets infinitely easier. So, I might duck out as soon as I make it to the shop, though, or until a couple of chests are found. Ooh, strength is very important, actually. Farsight, not so much. Yeah, we're back into start mode. Run around, try our best to survive, basically. Okay, yeah, it's just the one immortal bull deer. I'm just gonna assume that thing was spawned in while the world was broken and it didn't despawn. Really? There's also some lag, so it's not working perfectly. We're over halfway there, and that's just will not... So run from that thing. Any immortal mob you just run from. Any immortal mob you just run from. Why are things immortal again? I thought I fixed this. And it's just like a couple random mobs here or there. It's not even everything. Anyways, I'm hoping to be able to evolve off of this first run. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time. Like, the fact that the amount of immortal mobs is greater than 1, or greater than 0, is what's making this problematic right now. Why are all owl... Okay, all one-eyed owls are now immortal, I guess. That's fun. Don't understand that one. All one-eyed owls and all horned rabbits. Cool. Not really sure about that. Anyways, just ignore everything there. All bull deers are now also immortal. Oh, that was a super speed trap. Oh yeah, it's this. I forgot about this. Oh, I guess you can like sort of jump around on the sides and that works then? Yeah, stupid immortal owls. Anyways, just sort of run through. How much... I'm gonna cut away in a moment. I'm just curious how far we can go while not being able to kill everything around us. I don't think there's any real chest over here, but if any of those owls are immortal, I can't clear that direction anyways, so just go this way. I haven't actually gotten to use this effectively in actual combat. And I continue to not actually use it effectually in actual combat, because it just didn't... Unless that was lag, it didn't actually do anything. And there it goes, 4,000. We made it decently far. That is definitely 6,000 we need. I need to actually go get some food, and it might be better to grind in the overworld instead of just smashing our head into the dungeon over and over again. Although, as long as things don't become immortal for some reason, that is just infinite mobs that are giving full EP in close quarters that I can just sort of deal with. I don't know. The Master Sword's not really cutting it. I still have the Azrael Blade, but I don't think I'm allowed to use that. How slow is this Ogre Axe? Nope, that's a no for me. I might actually use the bow. That might be how we do this for a little bit. I don't want to use anything too strong, which is basically everything in this backpack. So, food. I guess I'll just grab like a couple stacks of pork chops for now. Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure why Modgens only regen up to 18. It always felt a little bit weird. Also, oh yeah, those aren't technically true deaths, so it's just so it's not actually doing the whole leave behind a soul thing. Um, yeah, I'm gonna keep going with the Master Sword for now. It might be worth the Ninjato that you can buy from the shop might actually be weak enough, in my opinion, to be usable here. Oh, it's got a unique... Oh, no, it's only 39. I was thinking that was the weakest weapon you can buy. And it is, but it's not really weak enough for, like, starting just getting going. I'd rather wait until... It's hard to say. I'd rather wait until we could get that legitimately in a run like this, but that's one stellar gold coin. That's gonna take a while. What was that? Get killed by a unique monster for the first time. Yeah, we ran straight into an unkillable rabbit with a unique skill. That ain't happened for a moment. I might need to pull out a stronger weapon. I don't know. I want to get to at least a first evolution before we're done today. We're very quickly running out of time. Let me check the weapon chest and whatnot. Anything that doesn't seem too powerful. I think I'll max out damage at 20. Maybe Meat Crusher I'd allow because of how how slow it is, but that's probably still too strong. Vortex Weir is broken. I'm being swarmed by bugs. Yeah, any of that stuff's way too strong. The Blade Tiger Scythe? That might be just weak enough where I'd allow it. Goblin Club's way too weak. Tempest Scale Swords feels... I don't know, the Tempest Scale Sword feels a little bit too strong, but we got one of those for free the first dungeon run. So let's go with the Blade Tiger Scythe. It's a little bit slower, it's got a little bit more attack range. But it's not too bad, and it has cool animations. So you know what? I think I'm good with this for now. And we're an undead. We're undead carrying a scythe. Cool. I should have bought that scythe. We're basically gonna become the Grim Reaper this run, aren't we? Anyway, slightly stronger fighter. I don't think we're gonna be able to kill that rabbit, but if we can avoid it for a moment, we might be able to get all the EP we need out of this place, which is really what we're after more so right now. Should also start training strength immediately. Yeah, no, the dungeon's just a no-go right now, and it will be until I have some way to not insta-die to that thing. So, I'm gonna head back to the overworld for a little bit, I guess. 2,000 EP. How quickly can I get that? It shouldn't be too difficult. I can't fly anymore, so I am stuck doing the boring old running animation here. I guess I'll start training strength as we go. It's the only thing I care about right now. So I'll see you when I have 2,000 EP. We're going to evolve once, and then we're going to end off. Okay, so not too long, probably about 5 minutes now. And that's basically just because we're very slow. But we're just about there at our first evolution. And we do have to be incredibly careful this run, apparently. Where did you go? Somewhere's right nearby is a Rimuru. I have no idea where. I was standing, like, right here. And then all of a sudden, the Rimuru health bar popped up in top right. I'm assuming somewhere's off in that direction, but where exactly, I have no idea. Anyways, just a couple more mob kills. Shouldn't be too difficult. You have mastered the usage of Fighter. I'm a Bisian. Water current control, master of one trade. Fighter is very easy to master. It's a really big damage buff. I think it's plus 150 or something like that when it's in a hot bar. But it's not really what I was after, now is it? Like, I wanted a jack of all trade skills to give us a little bit of everything, or I wanted a brand new skill that we haven't seen 100 times over. But I had Fighter in every series. Like, I had Fighter in the series at one point where we didn't have the quest to get extra skills and thus couldn't just get Fighter for free. Like, I got one of the easiest skills to get that is only, like, a plus to damage. Anyways, 671. Zombie for Death Cavalier, Death Knight, or Elder Lich Overlord. It's a little bit of a tough. It's a bit of a tough question, but I don't think I'm wrong in what my immediate thought is. Now, am I? So, skeleton 24. That is boosted somewhat from eating the things, up to 34. And then from there, we have Skeleton Warrior, and we have Skeleton Mage. Skeleton Mage is a little bit tougher to get. Um, Are we meant to be 4 blocks tall, or is that something that is broken with the whole size control thing, where I accidentally, where I broke it? Either way, I'm just gonna give myself back size control. I think I broke things by not turning it off beforehand, so I'm not entirely sure what's happening here, but just in case, I'm just gonna go Metamorphose. It also has gotten rid of the thing to tell me how big I'm supposed to, how big I'm turning with size control. It's slight cheating, but we can get that skill legitimately. I don't care, I just don't like being that big. It makes playing so much less fun in my opinion. But anyways, we are now on our road to becoming an overlord. Also, before anyone mentions this, yes, I did just see that someone else just started posting an overlord series. Like, the whole point, when we started this series, I was going to play as a Kumodesu. But then, a much bigger channel by the name of True Ginger Sato started a series playing through as a Kumodesu. So I was like, cool, I'll do the Flugel thing, and then for our second race, we're going to do the Overlord add-on. I said this 2 weeks ago when I started the series. And then we finally switched races over to the Overlord add-on, and Ginger Sato started playing through with it. So the timing on that is funny. I know someone else just started their own series on this add-on. I'm sure some people who watch my stuff also watch his. This was not at all planned because of that series. It is very funny timing, though. Anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have. I'm somewhat tempted to... I only have 12 million. Do I want to just buy a skill reroll scroll? It's going to get rid of... I don't have enough EP right now to actually get a new unique skill, do I? Not cover your unique skills MP cost. Be careful or else you end up with no AP skill. Yeah, I only have 7,500, and I believe most unique skills need like 100,000 or something like that. And this one doesn't really showcase that, but it is something like that. So, yeah, I guess we're stuck with Fighter for now. I really wanted a new thing. You know what? Flash Tensura Ability Grant. I'm gonna do this because I really want something new, and I'll revoke anything. At, Disastrous Psychic. Physic. What mod is that from? I've never heard of that one before. Okay, this is apparently a pretty new BTRUltima skill, and it has an ultimate form called Limitless. So I hear that skill, and it makes me think of a very specific character that is incredibly powerful, but also already has an ultimate skill in the mod pack, so probably not the same skill as that. Um, but it's BTR Ultimate. It has analysis. Um, you have failed to obtain every. You already have obtained every available ability from this. Oh, it's a Plunderer skill. Ooh, it's Plunderer. So this one does not have any information written down on the BTR wiki. Telekinesis. Is that going to be like the molecular? Hmm. There's a picture of a character who I have definitely seen before in pictures, but I have no idea what series they're from. So I might need something. Mind control, restoration. You become closer to mastering that. Is that like invigorate from lust maybe? So it's a plunderer skill like a great sage with analysis, telekinesis. I'm going to assume works like molecular manipulation's ability to move mobs that are small enough. And then mind control I'm going to assume is a form of charm. So yeah, this could be a pretty powerful skill. I have turned off fighter. I should probably just remove fighter, although we will get it legitimately on accident again. So like fighter is so easy to get that it just sort of happens. Oh, let's kill the ender dragon. I just need to go get some ender eyes. So I suppose we'll test out our new ultimate skill next time on our undead run. But right now, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and hope to see you next time. So without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank everyone one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members, Yamato Tanagura and Goddess of the Starfilled Void. Thank you both so much for the extra support. Anyways, for real now, take care, everybody.